The focus of the MyProgress app is on allowing students and assessors to sign off forms on behalf of students and to complete forms offline without needing a connection to the internet. For students accessing the mobile app for the first time, you will need to enter a service code ID before logging in. You should obtain the ID from your university. We can then select the Sign In button. The screen displayed is an example of what the sign-in page looks like. Each university sign-in page will look a little different. On the sign-in page, if you are using your university credentials, use the University Sign-In button. If you are not using university credentials, enter your email address and password, and then click the Sign-In button. When you first access the mobile app, you'll have all the forms that you have been assigned here already within your account. And at the top of the screen, we have the current or most recent placement provider details and total hours recorded. The forms are grouped together under each part for the year. Selecting the part will expand the section to reveal the correct forms for your placement. These are found under the folders for Start, Midpoint, Final, Anytime, and part-specific sections. To access the correct form, you can select the folder if required, and you'll be able to see the forms relevant to that particular part of your placement. For example, we have the Start section, and we can see the forms for placement orientation, nominated person, initial interview, and the practice assessor and supervisor allocation forms. To work on a form, select the form from the list. And if required, you can hand over the device to your practice assessor or practice supervisor to complete the form on your behalf. Your practice assessor or practice supervisor can type in the answers, or they can use the voice-to-text functionality available by speaking into the device. This will then complete the answer. Question form types will vary, though you will be able to select dates and select options, as well as typing answers into text boxes. It is possible to save multiple drafts before completing a form. To save the form as a draft, select the Form Options icon. Then select Save and Close. To continue working on the form, select the In Progress option from the app menu at the bottom of the homepage. The form will be available in the Drafts section. Select the form from the Drafts screen to continue. Once the form is complete, if the form requires sign-off from a practice staff member, they can enter their name and work email address under the Sign-Off section. Then select the Submit button, and then OK to confirm. Your practice assessor or practice supervisor will receive an email to say that they have completed this form on this date and time. Also, the email will contain a link to the form that has been completed and details for them to get in touch with the university support team if they believe their details have been misused with completing this form. If you are working offline, the form will be saved to the outbox. We can select the In Progress option at the bottom of the screen. Here, you will see the notification icon that it is ready to sync. Once you return online, the form will automatically sync, or you could perform the action manually to sync with your main ePad account. To manually sync your forms, on the Ready to Sync screen, select the Sync button at the top right of the screen. It is important to check that the app is syncing to your main ePad at the end of each day. Form responses are not stored within the app. You will be able to view all responses on the full online ePad. However, completed forms will show the status of the form, for example, as complete, or count of completions against target. Within the mobile app, it is also possible to record your practice hours. We can select the Practice Hours option at the bottom of the screen, and this will open a new form to complete and add in your practice hours. You can select the placement provider. and the activity type for day or night shift. To select the week for your practice hours entry, use the chevron buttons. And for the duration of those practice hours, use the plus and minus buttons. As you select the buttons, you will see the total of the duration for the selected date. You can then hand your device over to your practice assessor or practice supervisor to approve your practice hours. The Approved by drop-down is available if the person is one of your allocated practice supervisors or assessor. Alternatively, the practice staff member can type their full name and work email address into the approver name and approver email fields. Once complete, if working offline, the form will be saved in the outbox and ready to be synced to your main ePad account. Within the app, we have the Settings option. Here, you have the option to open your main ePad on your device. Under Personal Settings, you can select the toggle option for the app to remember your login details and to sync only over Wi-Fi connection. If your ePad supports multiple languages, you can switch between the languages under the Change Language section. Finally, if you wish to sign out, select the Sign Out button.